Hello everyone and welcome to yet another episode of my second city in Skylines, where I have been slowly expanding the city. I've now got Glade Hills over here with a very full landfill site, and a second city or second part of town over here, Churnside Park, which is actually I think a little bit bigger than, or it's about the same size as this one over here. It's Glade Hills and Churnside Park. I have added a couple of ramps onto the highway, so we've got this one over here, and over here we've got, what's this one? The Dean Road entrance and the Raymond Avenue entrance. So that is going pretty well. Over on this side we've got ourselves Riverdale Farm. I probably should take care of the garbage soon. We've got Riverdale Farm, which is slowly but surely churning out some stuff. So the bakery does need another, what we call another flour mill. That's the one we need. So we need another flour mill to get to that, and hopefully that should work pretty well. Now, I have on today's agenda the idea to get ourselves an oil industry, because I think that should get myself a lot more money as well. If we look over here, the farming industry is doing pretty well, the fish is doing nothing, and overall I am actually losing money, which is not good to see. But hopefully with the oil, we should start making more money. So let's dive straight into it. Now, similar to how I set up my farms over here, which actually has a lot of sewage, I'm going to have to deal with that later, I'm going to set up a couple of these oil pumps. Let's see, so let's just go 1, 2, 3 for now, and then we do want a warehouse. Where's one? A warehouse yard that takes oil. If there's a place of those, warehouse, small oil farm, something like that. And then set that one to balance for the time being. I forget I need electricity, which is slightly irksome because I need to do that. Yeah, tap it in, and now water. I always forget these utilities aren't just available. So something like that should cover everything, and let's see how that goes. So now I'm going to continue working on that, but over here I do have myself a sewerage problem, as you just saw. So I think another one of these, not a water pump, a water drain pump is better. And then obviously hook it in and we should be good. And obviously part of the oil I need to put in some petroleum plants as well, which should help my industry go up a little bit more. I am going to be spending a lot of money just to fill this thing up, but that is totally worth it. 12,000. I haven't had that in a while. So hopefully with these 3 little oil wells here, that should fill up pretty quickly. That should go well, and I should be making a ton of money soon, hopefully. Honestly, at this point in time, I'm just waiting for the next milestone, because there really isn't much to build at the moment. I've got $26,000. I am slowly building out my oil factories as well as my farms, although I don't really know what else I can do to the farms. I do need to get more workers, but that can be done with worker barracks, which I probably will hold off on. I could probably put a few more services in town, probably like a police station. Okay, there we go. Level 2, yeah, that's good. A police station over there, another fire station somewhere around here would be good. Let's go there, and so on. But overall, I think I should just need to wait for the next level of the next milestone, which shouldn't be much longer. It's only 22 people away, and 4 people away, and I should get it in a few seconds. There we go. So right now that I've got my new metro system, or a new system to be able to do metros, I think I'll put in a couple. So I'm thinking with the subway station, I'm going to use this little one because the other one's a little bit more expensive, and just start plonking them where there's a bit of space, which isn't that much, to be honest. There's a bit of space there? No, there isn't. Maybe I should go with this one, I'm not sure, but yes, let's get some in. And one over here, maybe. I'm just sort of plonking them randomly now. One there. One there. Let's go one over here somewhere. One over here. And maybe one over here. So that's a little bit of a distance. I might put a couple more in and about. Maybe one right here. And one here. But overall that should work pretty well. And obviously that's going to take a fair bit of money to set up, so I am going to run this on a couple of dots of speed and get the money that I need and slowly spend it all on getting this ready to go. So that should take a bit of money, but we should have it built in a couple of, well, probably 10 or 20 minutes for me, but a few seconds for you. I've finally finished up building my metro tunnels, and if we see over there, we've got ourselves a loop over here on the right hand side of the map, as well as 2 over here. Probably should put a 3rd line down over here, down this road, right down here, just to make things all good. But this station doesn't have any trains yet, but all the ones in a circle over here do. So let's have a look at our metro lines, and we're getting 400 people a week. And this one is getting fewer and probably needs a bigger train, if we're honest, because this one over here has a lot of people, and I can understand why. So what if we made it a Sydney Metro 4-car, which may be a bit more expensive, I think, but 600 people should be able to transport a lot more people, which is definitely what we want. So if that keeps going around, we can see how things go. And you may have noticed right at the very start of the clip, we were actually making a bit of money off this, and 284, which is something I didn't expect to see. I didn't expect to see any profit from this, but I am making profit, which is very good to see. Now, the other side of what I want to be getting done today is to slowly upgrade some of the things into high density. Now, I'm thinking this area over here, even though it isn't yet fully developed or fully unlocked, I want this to be my central business district kind of area. So the part where people build and have the highest buildings. So I'm actually going to change Chirnside Park to a high-rise band, which I can't actually do yet, and Glade Hills is going to have my high density, which hopefully is going to be helped by the public transport that I put in. So slowly but surely, let's get rid of this and put in high density. So this shouldn't take too long, I hope, but is going to mean a lot more people, I hope. Of course, one thing I forgot about this upgrade is that there's going to be a lot of people moving out for a time being, and you can see I'm actually losing money again. Not quite sure where, but it's probably a combination of these buildings suddenly going away, as well as my public transport actually not making money. So a little bit of problems there, but we can sort it out. You may also notice I've now got myself 2 incineration plants, which should hopefully get myself a fair bit of power and get rid of all these landfill sites that I have had filled up. So a few things going on here and there that will eventually catch up. A little bit more time has passed, and I've got myself a little bit more of a oil factory area. So we've got ourselves some petrol, some plastics, a bit more oil, and just 1 oil tank farm, and of course the 2 factories or 2 warehouses which hold our things. Now over here we've got ourselves the household plastic factory, which does plastic products, I suppose, from petrol and plastics, and I've got that pumped all the way up as strong as it can go. So that isn't going to be doing, or that's going to be doing quite a bit of production as well, which should help produce my more money. Now over here on the what's going to be the CBD, I've got myself all of this area up here all as level 2, or the strong bit over here. I probably should just make sure I've filled it all with 2nd level things, but as you can see, there is the opportunity to start adding some more of the 2nd level crops over here. Not crops, what are they? 2nd level industry or commercial, that's the word I'm looking for, commercial. So I'm going to get rid of all this stuff as you can see, and put it all as well with the commercial level 2. I do need to be careful because I just made that one disappear. So yeah, fair bits to go, but we are slowly building up our CBD area. Once again, I've been letting the city run for a fair bit of time, and I haven't really done much. I've just let my money build up, but I have got myself the city area mostly done. I do want at some point to change this bit into offices, but I do need to wait until this landfill is gone. Now, I do have access to another square. I'm trying to decide where to go. I'm thinking this one over here would probably be the best one, because it's going to give me a fair bit of land to build, and it's going to give me rail connection, which is somewhat helpful, I think. I'm not sure if I'm going to make any use of that for the time being, but for now I can start construction of a new section. So what I think I want to do at some point is I do want to change this intersection to a high density one at some point, which does mean I need to leave a bit of room on each side. Then I need to put in probably a four-way intersection over here somewhere, not too far away. Oh yeah, that's going to be a bit tricky, because I do want to make sure that this intersection and this intersection that I'm building will have some spare space. So maybe I put it over here. I guess we'll have to see. And there, having blown all my money, or $100,000 or whatever you want to call it, I've got myself Northcote, the new northern area, that living area. So it's going to be mostly just south of the railway line for the time being. It won't be on this side, and it won't be connected to this north-south highway, which is probably a mistake now that I think about it, because I do need to have this. It means you have to come to here, then come along to here, and there we go. And my oil one is just slowly chugging along. So what I also need to do at some point is put in some railway lines, and probably into this one here, because this one's not too busy. It can just go in from left to right and connect up to here. I'll do that at some point when I got a little bit more money going. But while I have the time, and that's emptying, thank you, I probably should also focus on water treatment. So I got recently in one of the new milestones the ability to do this, the water treatment plant. Now I don't want to put it there because that's polluted. Possibly over here. Let's try it for a little bit and see what happens. That's probably a little bit out of space, but yes, we should be able to connect all of this up to some water pipes, and then it should treat all the water. And yeah, there you can see it's all good. So that means at some point I should be able to get rid of these polluting things and stop polluting the river. And I've been going for probably, I don't know, an hour or two without actually recording anything, and we have expanded the city a fair bit. Northcote is looking very good. We've had a couple of problems here and there, but we've managed to smooth over them, and the city is growing and mushrooming quite well. We should reach our next milestone very soon, which will give us 22,000 people and a lot of these things, especially the waste transfer, which is going to be incredibly useful. Now I have decided to go with this little toll booth here, which is actually giving me a little bit of income to supplement what I've got. So if we go over to the roads, we're getting about 400 and something off, which is not too bad. Now one thing I've just noticed is this little thing down here, which gives us crematoriums, and that's going to be incredibly useful because now we can pop a few of these around the local area, which will give us, in fact, why don't we go with the large crematorium? And that's easy death care. We want the large crematorium, which will give us a fair bit of hearses and other things to help us get rid of all the people that die, which is obviously unfortunate, but we do need to get rid of them somehow, and I suppose people don't get the choice as to how they get rid of their dead. It's just everyone must be burned. I just realized that I actually have access to this square over here, which I have now bought, and I'm going to expand Glade Hills into this area, which is going to finish off the central business district area of my city. So all of this is going to be high residential or offices or high density commercial. So that should do me to finish off today's episode. I'm going to build it all and then finish off. So let's see how it goes. And after that very short time lapse and a clip which I forgot to actually unmute myself, I've got myself a new section of town, and here it is. I have got myself some railway lines going all the way through, and at some point I probably will rejig my train line so it actually is a little bit more central, and I'll probably upgrade this station so it's like this. It's got 2 lines, and that so this one is a little bit more separate, which will give me the ability to have this train station entering, exiting both ways. So that should bring today's episode to an end, because I probably will wait to the next milestone and we'll see how we go. But yes, we are going along very nicely, and I think we are going along quite well with our town expansion. In fact, you can see I've zoned all of this dark green, so that is the high residential. We've got a lot of shops here, a lot of offices to block out the sound. And while I'm at it, I probably should change all of this to electrical highway. Why? Because that will get me a whole stack of power, which I I suppose I don't desperately need it, but it would be useful. So, and just spend all my money doing that, and that's out of money, that's out of city limits, and all of this might as well be changed to get myself a lot more electricity. Now, I don't really like the look of these things, so I might change it at some point when I get a little bit more places to do the power. But with 484 megawatts and the roads providing me a whole lot of it, there's probably not much I can do to change that up. So, very close. And with the 22,000 people now achieved, we are going to say thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. See you soon. Bye!